For most predatory birds, if they want food, they have to catch it themselves. But in the Arctic Circle, there's a bird that's perfectly designed not to catch its own meal, but to beat up others and steal theirs. This is Iceland's Glacier Lagoon, locally known as, never mind, Jökulsárlón, maybe? This lake formed as meltwater from the area's massive glacier named, which is pooled to form an iceberg-filled haven for all sorts of wildlife. As fresh water flows into the ocean, the two waters mix, creating a nutrient-rich torrent that attracts huge shoals of fish, which is exactly what has brought thousands of Arctic terns. These birds have the longest migration of any animal on Earth, traveling up to 50,000 miles every year, about twice the circumference of the entire planet. Over their journeys, these terns have seen all sorts of places, but this particular area, due to the challenge of pronouncing it, is what they know simply as the bad side of town. These aren't the only birds here. Waiting silently on the volcanic sand beach are Parasitic Jaegers, a bird which is in the running for one of the coolest names of any animal. The word Jaeger is German for hunter, and the parasitic part of their name are what the terns are about to learn the hard way. At first glance, it kind of just looks like a goth seagull, and they are actually distant relatives. But it's when it takes to the sky that you can see why this bird is so formidable. Its wings and tail are honed to a dagger-like point, which allow them to cut through the air better than any other. The sharper a bird's wings, the better it's able to turn and maneuver on itself, a trait that the Arctic terns also have, and one they need if they want a chance to avoid what's coming. Just like their gull relatives harassing beachgoers for their french fries, the parasitic Jaeger harasses other birds to steal their fish. They're what's known as kleptoparasites, a species that survives by robbing others of their hard-earned meal. And this scourge of the seven seas is ready for plunder. The Jaeger cruises low to the water, waiting for one of the terns to make the first move. The second one catches a fish, the hunt is on. With a kick of its legs, it faceplants the tern, forcing it to drop its fish. The Jaeger loops back and claims its prize, but it's not home free yet. The tern wants its fish back. Juked. The tern will have to catch another fish, hopefully one that he won't get mugged for. During certain times of year, 95% of the parasitic Jaeger's diet is made up of stolen prey. The terns that do escape the onslaught have a whole new challenge ahead of them. The fish they catch aren't for themselves, but are actually gifts to win over a female. The Jaegers, in a weird way, do a service for the female terns by vetting out the weak males, so that if one actually does make it back with a fish in its beak, it's proof that he's crafty enough to provide a future family with food that also won't get stolen. Well, at least on paper, because these ladies are notoriously picky. But more on that in a future video. Jaegers belong to one of my absolute favorite families of birds, the skuas. These are some of the Arctic's most dominant predators, and use the dirtiest tricks in the book to get a meal. Faceplanting Arctic terns looks tame compared to the hunting methods used by their fiercest relative, the biggest and baddest skua of them all. Look out for that and other exciting wildlife clips in future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.